This chapter got me a little teary. It's finally time for Heki to rise. After receiving bad news for Chin, it's about time to receive some uplifting spirits. Last chapter was a nightmare to watch Heki let the battle go all in vain without a care in the world. It was a moment for haters to taunt all day long on how crap he is, how he's ruined everything, and how he's the opposite of Hoken. This chapter, however, is the cure that I was waiting for. It's a setup chapter for what could be their greatest challenge yet, and the starting point for Heki to bloom. In the last chapter, Mantanwa called for a meeting with all the chieftains of the tribes in the headquarters to discuss a do-or-die mission. That includes Heki, who is in really rough shape. This chapter doesn't help with his right-hand man ready to be slaughtered by the mountain tribe, while Heki looks down like he don't care if he becomes meat. Poor guy, he doesn't deserve this, Hara, you monster! Thankfully, the Mira tribe, or at least Katari the leader, is tolerable with the sense of priority of the meeting. Unlike Ragi leader, all his men want is to kill the poor Heki and salvage for some supplies for themselves. I know Heki did technically let the supplies go up in flame, but leave him alone, damn it! Katari did warn Ragi Guy that it's Mantanwa's orders, but like a fool, he doesn't care. Well, thank God, because she appears out of nowhere, and with just one hit, he's done. A true beauty in motion. Hell, she even kicks him for whatever reason, probably for good measure since she isn't messing around. That got everyone's attention, in which is funny on how they reacted. Once Mantanwa begins to speak, it's like they renewed their love for Lord of Death and worship her like they're not worthy. I don't blame them though, she is drop dead gorgeous. It's sad to see pale Heki even with his love in sight. It's a small appropriate detail to have Ponan to translate her plan to Heki, but I think it will be highly effective in the next chapter. The rest of the chapter is all about planning and is rather interesting, terrifying, and maybe uplifting. Chin has 5 days left of supplies, but that's considering everyone being the same wavelength of maintaining them. After Heki's unfortunate event, they actually have 3 days left. 2 less days? That is extremely crucial. Even brought Heki back to life with that news. Everyone was losing their mind like they're about to kill each other. But Mantanwa just tells them to shut up and everyone goes back in silent, orderly fashion. What a woman. Mantanwa offers 2 options for them to take, although the first one is just there to test out the courage. The first one is to retreat and somehow escape through the western mountains for a safe haven. That sounds very cowardly. That it would be intriguing to see them try for entertainment value. Still, it is not like her to even choose that option. Hell, she only stated it to see if anyone actually prefers it. That way, she could slay them herself. Well, if we have no hope at all, I wouldn't mind getting killed by her hands. The other and actual only option is to go out there and win the battle in 3 days. That's hardcore. I didn't think there is an elder guy within the group, but leave it to the old wise one, Empo, to ask for Mantanwa to drop more info. Not going to lie, I chuckled at the thought the translation misspelled Mantanwa's name somehow. However, when she was questioning in her head with Mantanwa, I laughed and laughed and laughed. That was a good small comedy snuck in there. Jokes aside, he does enlighten a valid point. This isn't going to be just slaying the leaders. They have to capture the freaking city itself as well. It must be Heki Must Die's difficulty setting. While the plan would take a miracle to be fulfilled, she never said anything about being safe. In fact, it's practically a suicide mission because the next plan is to send out sacrifices. It's not guaranteed that they will die, but the percent rate of that chance is extraordinarily high. But look at the bright side. If many dies, the living ones can save up more supplies for themselves. It's not false, but it's not my way of feeling relief. Whatever pleases the tribe, so good, I suppose. Sheesh. With how limited time they have left, Yotanwa wants the sacrifice team to go against the three swords of the Chunrong and kill them by tomorrow. No exception. They are more or less hyped by Feeble King that they are responsible for slaying Pan and Roka tribe, so they are not going to be easy to kill off. That said, if they all die, the strength level will be reduced by half. Damn it, it might just work. I have to admit, my heart skipped a beat when she announced Banjo and his men are the one of the three groups to go out. This man is awesome, ever since the very beginning, and just thinking of a chance of him getting killed here is unacceptable. The Feeble tribe is also going, so if the guy wants blood, be my guest. The Mirror tribe is the last one, and it would be a damn shame for Kitari to die here. I would like to see more of her, and her brother for that matter. They seem like cool siblings despite the beatdown on Heki. Speaking of him, the best moment is when he finally speaks up and practically let his feelings out. He didn't have to say anything because his army wasn't even part of the sacrifice team. But he can't let it slide. At least he is fully aware of his action and everything wrong rather than further dive in deeper into the abyss of disappointment. The fact he speaks up in front of the Lord of Death says a lot in my book. That said, he should know better of her. But then again, this needed to be said. I still remember the chapter where Yotanwa was talking to Ten about their first meeting and how they develop a friendship, yet leaves Heki out. It's like she wasn't aware of his presence at all. Now, she let him know that he shouldn't ask for such a simple question like why helping his man when they are responsible for the loss. It's because she knows him well for a long time. She sees him as her friend and comrade. For her, it's no surprise, but for Heki, it's a sign that he needed it. Goddess has spoken. You're no longer in the forgotten zone. You're in the friend zone. The best part within the moment is Heki actually begs her to allow him to join in the team along with his men. I know he was emotionally wrecked, but don't die on me now. In all seriousness, I like the fact the tribes reacted like they just saw an unexpected twist. I can't tell that after showing their hatred, they may be frustrated to let a plain guy joining in. Even so, it's becoming clear that Hara is going to make Heki a rising star, and it begins here. I know it because the series is going on a break, leaving the fans wondering if Yotanwa will accept his request. Overall, it was an interesting chapter of setting up the strategy for the first day out of 3. The stakes are critical as they are resorted to play sacrifices for the sake of winning everything in a short time. Yotanwa shows who is the true boss around here. The art is solid with the reaction in a high tense level from announcements. Heki is now considered a friend and comrade, and who knows, perhaps he can even go further. The rise of Heki has begun. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. Yes, it's finally time for Heki to rise up, unless Yotanwa decline. Do you think that's going to happen? I don't think that's going to happen, but it is interesting it ended right there before she made her decision. Why? Is it going to be very crucial that she would say something that we probably unexpected? It has to be something. It's going to be a little bit more. I feel like if Heki does survive, I think he's going to be rewarded incredible in this arc. And I think Hara is taking the full advantage. Unless he's going back to his old roots and decided to kill him off. Because technically he was supposed to be dead a long time ago. Until Hara figured out that he got the wrong name spelled. So yeah, anything could happen. I'm just hoping this will have a great payoff. And knowing Kingdom and Hara's writing, I can count on it. What do you think of the chapter? Share your thoughts in the comment. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.